Welcome back, folks, to Let's Replay Mystic Quest, and when last we left off, things may not have gone according to plan with our rescue attempt, because we completely failed to rescue Skye, and Bogard is now stranded on the airship and likely a prisoner of Julius. Julius uncovered our attempts to rescue Skye, likely he knew about our attempt from the very beginning, and blasted Jim off the airship with his colossal magical power, but not before Skye handed over the pendant for safekeeping, which was immediately stolen by Amanda. We're going to have to find Amanda and ask a number of questions like why is she imperiling the world? And to find her, we need to explore this desert some more, and defeat these enemies by throwing spears at them and completely failing to hit. We need them to drop one item. Well, we don't need them to drop it, but it would be nice if they did. You really need to be careful of the scorpions. They hit quite hard, and they give a lot of experience too, which means that we've leveled up. More wisdom for us, I think. Now we are even wiser than we were before, and these foes are gone, and they drop ruby. It's not as valuable as gold, but we'll take it. We'll also defeat these fish enemies, whenever they choose to get too close. Our shield is still pretty good, which is handy because we're going to encounter some very tricky enemies rather soon. Are you going to drop what we need? The answer is, not yet. We need to fight more of you. And we also need to make sure we're not in the middle of these enemies because we are very nearly dead. That is how deadly they are if they hit you. We went from nearly full health to practically nothing. We're going to heal again because I am not confident that 44 is enough health. Alright, we'll head this way and defeat you two. We haven't found Jad yet. I roughly know where Jad is because I spent a long time in this area of the game. Because this is the part of the game where I got stuck. There was a riddle that I failed to solve, and now I've no idea how I failed to solve it. But I couldn't figure it out, and so I walked around this area a lot grinding experience and money, hoping that I would figure out the solution at some point. I didn't figure it out for many years. And this is what... Ooh, it is empty. That is not what we want. We want one of those chests to drop the item that we want, and it's not always there. We'll take some ruby, however, and we'll head north, because north is where we ultimately need to go. And this scorpion really picked a poor location to try and fight us. So we're just going to head north and get hit by this enemy, and take over half of our health in damage. By the way, I think Jad is over to the west. But we want to head this way first. The scorpion actually doesn't hit so hard, but it does poison you. Sometimes anyway, it's not always guaranteed. This is not the oasis that we're going to be coming back to. We're going to be coming back to one oasis in particular. First, we'll just defeat these foes and carry on heading north. These enemies move deceptively slowly for being so powerful, and even more ruby. We're going to have to sell all this at some point. North we go, as we head to this area, with only one enemy. If we move one screen to the east, we're going to get into some bother. The screen goes dark. Ah! Poison gas! I am poisoned! Literally! We cannot progress until we solve the poison gas problem. And the only way we can solve that is by doing the stuff in this area. It is a little bit of a ham-fisted way of making sure you don't deviate from finding Jad and checking out where Amanda is, but we do want to go and progress the plot. So over to Jad we go. This is the screen where, we have been poisoned now. So we're just going to kill this scorpion and head this way, because there are a few things over here. Mainly if we head up, there is this. These will be important at a later date. Right now, they're just oddities. And here are two trees. There is nothing special about these two trees. So we're going to throw a spear, aha, and hit both of them. But unfortunately, neither of them perished, so we're going to have to throw another spear. And no, I've still no idea how we managed to get it back. But we did defeat them and got the experience for it. We'll just hit these there, 1 and 2, and I think... Oh, that one's coming back. You fool! Now you have been defeated. You are also a fool. And I think we'll head into Jad. The Chocobo cannot come into towns with you, so we tell the Chocobo to wait for me. And somehow the Chocobo understands us. Jad has no music. It is the only town with no music. Welcome to Jad. Devious rules this town. I hate it. Sounds like Devious is pretty evil. We'll find out how evil in a little bit. Hello. Devious' mother is a Medusa. She's in a cave. It's by the oasis at the desert, but it's hard to find. She is not joking, because when I was younger, I could not find it. I don't know how, but a boy knows how to get in. We're going to have to find that boy. I don't really need to find the boy, though, because I now know definitely how to get in there. When I figured out that riddle, that solution was ingrained in my memory forever. Devious can cast a spell to change people to animals. Many people went to his place and never came back. That's ominous, isn't it? Very ominous. I'm sure you won't figure that out for yourself, though, when you go there. He definitely won't turn you into an animal. You're the main character, after all. That is true. And up here is a very important NPC. Cave of Oasis? I'll tell you for a bag of Fang. That is the item that we were looking for from those enemies, the ones that dropped the chest that was empty. Don't you know? It's very valuable. He is completely wrong there. Fang is actually not valuable at all. Ruby and gold are far more valuable, and this NPC can definitely block your progress in heading west if it spawns around here. Northern Valley is filled with fatal poison gas. We discovered that firsthand. And here is a place that we can go into and talk to you. To uncurse, you need a teardrop of Medusa. Thanks for letting me know that we need to go to the Cave of Medusa to go and get a teardrop of the Medusa. And here is Devious' palace. We're going to go in. And just to hammer home that this place is evil, it even has the evil airship music. So we're just going to head in and find out what's going on. Hello, Devious. How are you? Are you well? He has a bird here. That's slightly suspicious. We haven't seen any birds before. And yes, Devious looks exceptionally evil, as he spins around on his throne randomly, dancing! Dancing the dance of success. Better behave yourself in this town. Amanda? Oh yes, that girl. She went to the Cave of Medusa. Nobody ever came back from there alive, though. You're laughing evilly. Yes, I am. Why? Because I'm evil. Oh, the last person I asked that tried to hide the fact that they were evil. I am unashamedly evil, and if you don't leave, I'll show you just how evil I am. You're not ever going to get off that throne, are you? No, I am not, but I can be very evil from here. Well? Well, what? I'm waiting for you to be evil. You look silly. That's just a little hurtful, that's not really evil. Alright, you have 5 seconds before I get the guards to kill you. Alright, I'm leaving. We can't do anything here right now. We need to get the teardrop of Medusa, and we also need to find Amanda, who went to the Cave of Medusa. We'll be back here once we've done both of those things. There is a weapon shop somewhere, and someone we can talk to. The poison gas appeared when the harp stopped, and I accidentally threw a spear at her. As a note, you can actually hit the NPCs, and if you power level enough, you can hurt and kill them. There's really no reason to do so, however, because none of them drop anything that you require. So we're just going to move on and talk to you. Hello there. See that huge mansion? That's Devious' house. It's a pretty big house. And to go and find the weapons store, we need to head this way and enter this building. The inn is here as well, and they sell some really powerful equipment. Unfortunately, it is all made of solid gold, making it the most useless armor that we've encountered yet, because gold is a terrible material for making armor out of, even worse than silver. We can only hope that it's magically enchanted gold. Oh no, it's just made of solid gold! Then how is it better at defending me than anything else? I have absolutely no idea, but you just paid a fortune for it. And we have a few more inventory spaces. That's good, because we want to start getting rid of things. We don't want that broadsword, and I don't think we want the silver armor anymore. We could always go back to, Watts and get some more silver armor if we need to. Not yet, but later when we can access the world more freely. We have done everything that we want to here, apart from visit the inn. Actually worth doing so right now. Howdy, 10 GP a night. Wanna stay? Certainly. Good night. The only music in the town. By the way, are you going into the desert with that gold armor? Yes, I am. You're going to fry out there. That place is boiling hot. And thus, Jim ignored his advice and headed back out into the desert. We're going to find a bag of Fang, and we have to go and find our Chocobo and take him with us. We don't have to take him with us if we don't want to, but there's no reason not to. Alright, we'll just defeat these foes, and then we'll try and find a bag of Fang, and try our best not to get hit by all the enemies. Just try your best there, Jim. You don't have to succeed all the time, just a little bit of the time. This scorpion isn't too dangerous, but you need to be careful of that. Definitely need to be careful of that. It is a good instinct to go into your inventory as soon as you get poisoned, or as soon as that status window appears in the top right that says something bad's happened, so that you can take stock and decide what you're going to do. We'll take more power, however, and the poison is still ticking down. The music for the poison has also been cancelled by us leveling up. Let's go and find a bag of Fang, shall we? We don't need to, as I said, but it's a nice thing to do, just to show the hint that we're given to find the Cave of Medusa. Alright, you have been bested, and gaining a few levels can't hurt, because the Cave of Medusa is rather difficult. It's the most difficult dungeon that we've encountered yet. Alright, well, we haven't encountered it yet, but we will encounter it, and when we do, it will be the most difficult dungeon. Goodbye, enemy! And we can't carry any more stuff. I think there is an item. Yep, there is a candy that we can get rid of. We definitely don't need that. So, we'll take this ruby here, and we'll try and find a chest with Fang in it. This is not a place where we can find a chest of Fang, but there will be one somewhere. Down we go! Time to explore. Eventually, we'll uncover one. Hopefully, anyway. There are a number of places to the south here that have the enemies we want. Like this enemy! And because we have a gold shield, we can push this foe around. Not as useful as you'd think, but there you go. Alright, we'll just kill you. No item there. I'm starting to think that they might have a low drop chance for that Fang. There we go. No Fang there either. And is there going to be Fang here? Just need to be very precise with the spear because it doesn't have a large area that it affects. No Fang there either. Just need to keep exploring then. We will find the cave, and we do need that clue. Well, Jim needs the clue, I don't need the clue, because I get the feeling that Jim wouldn't be able to find the location otherwise. If we go around to a few places, this is a place that we will be exploring as we check the various oases. And here are two more of these foes. Could one of you drop a bag of Fang, please? That would be really good of you, but no, none of them dropped a bag of Fang. We're just going to cycle around a few times, and hopefully one cycle around will result in us getting a bag of Fang. Alright, no bag of Fang there. And if we go down, we'll find another location, this one with two more of these enemies. One of you has to drop a bag of Fang, and then the game never drops me a bag of Fang, spoiling my plans forever. Are you spoiling my plans, game? They aren't very well laid plans, but you're spoiling them anyhow. And there is a treasure chest. That might be what I want. For now, though, we're going to select Wisdom as our level up, and then try and open this. Aha! It has something in it. That is encouraging. We want to get rid of... what do we want to get rid of? Probably some... let's get rid of this cure, shall we? There we go. In here is nothing. Game? Why did you make me get rid of something if there was nothing in there? You're being very sneaky. One of these will have to contain some Fang. It's not valuable because it's actually good for selling. It's probably just because it's rare. There is only one of you here, spinning around because you probably have some Fang and you're not going to give it to us. Why don't we just take a Fang from the creature? I imagine that's what it's simulating. Just pulling a Fang from the monster and then using that. But for some reason, we can't get an intact Fang. It's the Gortusk liver problem all over again. We'll just very carefully go past you and head to the north, because there's definitely an area up there that has these enemies. Might as well kill these while we're here. I may end up a little bit over level for the next dungeon anyway, but it's the game's fault for not giving me any Fang. Excellent, we have found some Fang, and as a reward, you get to live. Really? No, you die. And we're going to go and find Jad, which is just over here, and hand over that bag of Fang. There we go. Welcome to Jad. Chocobo's not invited. And I believe, yep, we're going to have to go this way because that person is in the way. Fortunately, there is no NPC here. Let's get that clue. Cave of Oasis? I'll tell you for a bag of Fang. Here is the hint that stumped me for years. Here's the clue. Palm trees and 8. Got it? When I was younger, I most certainly did not get it. I had no idea what that was hinting to. And we're going to stay at the inn. Good night. Good morning. And we're going to sell a few items before we head out and solve that puzzle. When I was younger, that was an enigma that I could not solve. I even asked my parents and they couldn't solve it. To be fair, they had no basis on which to solve it, because they had no reference to what it was hinting at. It's like, does palm trees and 8 mean anything? And they were just like, nope, we've no idea. And then I got stuck. Anything else that we can sell? We can sell more ruby. Look at all of the money that we have, nearly 7,000 gold. And I think actually we don't need to sell that, because that takes up a different inventory slot. And down we go, with this NPC getting in the way. I know you hate Devious, but we'll be back later once we have the Tears of Medusa, and we found Amanda. Come along, Chocobo! We're not even going to fight our way towards where we need to go. We're going to ride the Chocobo there! And this is when I forget where the area is. It's not over here. This is an oasis, but it's not the one that we want. So we're going to go and check every oasis until we find the right one. This is the same one. I've no idea why I checked that one again. This is not an oasis. That is actually out of the desert. We're unlikely to find an oasis outside of the desert. This is also the wrong oasis. We don't want to go there. And over there was the inn, so over here is where we need to go. And up, this is the oasis we want to go to. Because when I was younger, I could not figure out how to open up the cave. The solution is exceptionally obvious though. Here are 2 palm trees. There are loads of palm trees around us, but these 2 in particular, you can walk around them in a figure of 8 pattern. And once you do that, the Cave of Medusa opens. When I figured that out, I was so happy that I couldn't contain my excitement at being able to progress the game. And I also couldn't believe how foolish I was not to figure out the solution to that puzzle a lot sooner. Suffice to say, I was really over-leveled for the next couple of dungeons, and had tons of gold, which meant that I didn't have any problems opening up the cave. And I just opened it up for a second time there by moving south. I did not know that would happen. But with it open, we can now go into the Cave of Medusa and try to find Amanda. But that will be for next time, folks, as when we come back, we will explore the Cave of Medusa, and hopefully Amanda will be fine, and will explain just why she took the pendant from us. The pendant that we need to protect so that the world doesn't get plunged into chaos and destruction. Hopefully she doesn't know that, otherwise she's willingly endangered the whole world for a reason we don't yet know. So I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later. This darn puzzle. Really, this puzzle vexed me for so long, and all you need to do is walk around these trees in a figure of 8 pattern. That's all you needed to do. I didn't even do that inadvertently as I was exploring. I just look at this area and go, there's something important about here, because this was the only oasis that didn't spawn any monsters. And yet, I couldn't figure out what the solution was. I just didn't connect the dots. And eventually, I did. I was a lot older when I finally figured it out. I just looked at this and went, what if I walk around these in a figure of 8 pattern? And then the puzzle was solved. Perhaps if you'd have given the guy enough bags of Fang, you'd have gone, Okay, look, you clearly don't know what you're doing. I will literally walk over to there and solve it for you. But no, it didn't matter how many times you asked, he just gave you exactly the same hint. And that hint was useless to me until I was a lot older. But that doesn't matter, and that meant that this puzzle has been ingrained in my memory and will never leave. I'm pretty sure when I'm 80, I will still remember the solution to this puzzle. It won't be useful for anything, but I'll still remember it. So I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.